past, it was two different hills. There was a valley between and things like that and all. So it used to be like very, very wonderful. So this Neelachal is the place where Lord Jagannath resides, and that's where the Sri Mandir is there, the huge temple. It's very, very famous. And in fact, many, many different people actually go and worship Lord Jagannath. So, like there he is, with Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. So he is in the form of 400 form. So basically, we see only 200 form. So, but then here it is described as Shankha Chakra Gada Padma 400 form. So this is one interesting thing about Lord Jagannath is that so many different kinds of people worship him. So there is the worshippers of Vishnu, the Vaishnavas, they worship. The worshippers of Lord Shiva, they also worship him. And the people who think that the Supreme Absolute Truth is just Nirakar Brahman, so even they worship Jagannath. So Jagannath is all-inclusive personality, So it's like even sometimes the Shaktas, the worshippers of Devi, they also worship Jagannath. So Jagannath is like kind of a universal personality. So because that's why he's Lord of the universe, nobody has any conflict with him. So everybody worships Jagannath. So and he is residing there, as the king of Dwaraka. So the Nilachal temple is also considered to be like the environment of Dwaraka, king of Dwaraka. And the Sundarachal or Gundicha temple is considered to be like the Vrindavan. So now, who are we? We are followers of which path? What is the path that we are following? Bhakti path, specifically Gaudiya Vaishnava. Gaudiya Vaishnava, this one. So Vaishnava means what? Worshippers of Vishnu, right? So in the Gaudiya Vaishnava, this one, we worship, Shri Radha and Krishna, and specifically, Radha Krishna as in Vrindavan, right? So now, as we had described, so here is, Krishna in Dwaraka, Dwaraka as a king. So generally the worshippers of Krishna, in the mood of Vrindavan, so they would not so much appreciate the other forms of, other leelas of Krishna, which is they would appreciate, but they would not try to follow or practice or worship Krishna in that particular way, right? So they would just appreciate. Krishna's all aspects are appreciable. So, but then they are specifically attracted to the Vrindavan form of Krishna. So why that is so? Because in Dwaraka and other places, Krishna is quite official. So there is everything is very, very official and everything is according to the protocol and things like that. But in Vrindavan, nobody accepts Krishna as God. Krishna is playing with his perfect friends, and he is controlled by his parents and things like that. The moment he comes to Mathura and Dwaraka, the parents also offer obeisances to Krishna. He also very personality of God. So everybody are very, very reverential with Krishna, in other places. So, but in Vrindavan, the mood of worship is not of reverence, it is one of intimacy. So, and our greatest personality who propounded, the Gaudiya Vaishnava, the meaning of this word Gaudiya Vaishnava comes from the Gauda Desh. Gauda Desh means the Bengal. Right? So the Vaishnavism which sprung from this region of Gauda Desh, so that is called as the Gaudiya Vaishnavism. And the prime personality, who is the prime personality in the Gaudiya Vaishnava? This one? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there, is Krishna in the form of Srimati Radharani, or Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radharani, and whole Rath Yatra festival is also very much connected to this aspect of Krishna and Radharani's involvement. So once there was a solar eclipse, right? Solar eclipse, and that time in Kurukshetra, so there were many different people they were gathering, and they were having an after a long time, so many people are able to meet together. So that time, even the Vrindavan Vasis, they had come to Kurukshetra, and that time when they saw Krishna, So especially Srimati Radharani and the gopis. So when they saw Krishna, they were like feeling that no, this is not the place or this is not the setting. This is something is wrong over here. So what is wrong? So there is no Govardhan. There is no what else was not there? Huh? There is no Yamuna. There is no Govardhan, and Krishna is standing straight here. उसका बैंक सब चला गया so like the Brajavasis, they like to see Krishna in threefold bending form, and when Krishna goes to Dwaraka, he becomes straight. He's a ruler. He has to be straight, so he cannot be teda meda. So like that. So because of all these things, so they decided to take Krishna back to Vrindavan. So that is also one of the reasons, like the Jagannath Rath Yatra is actually conducted. So it is a very amazing pastime. The whole Rath Yatra is not a any kind of a ritual which doesn't have any backing. So it has a philosophical, historical, so many backings are there. So it is very special activity, very special event that happens. So in the process, if we see that all that is performed, all the rituals that are performed, has so much deep meanings, in the whole process of the Rath Yatra. So anyways, like. Now, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself in the mood of Srimati Radharani, and Srimati Radharani did not like Krishna, without Yamuna, without Govardhan, and without threefold bending form, without his flute and things like that. So, but then it is mentioned that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, now, who was the Ishtadev of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which deity he worshipped? Huh? Radha Madhav. Which other, any other opinion? So all devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so they all had some deities. Gadadhar Pandit had Kota Gopinath and different temples. Like you will see that all are associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So they all worship Radha and Krishna. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, he never worshipped any Radha Krishna deity. He always used to worship whom? Huh? Jagannath, at least. Jagannath Snan Yatra is there, Jagannath has come here. At least on this day we should touch Jagannath. But really also, he worshipped only Jagannath. In fact, when he went to South India Yatra, so that time he went to Srirangam, one of the place, that is the place where he stayed for long period of time. Otherwise, every place he would just pass by. He would not stay for much time. So he would just pass by in different places. So when he stayed there, he used to go to take darshan of Ranganath deity in the temple there, but then he also worshipped Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra deities. Even now the deities are there in the in Srirangam, it is worshipped still. So we see that like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had so much intense attachment to the form of Lord Jagannath. So, and this paradox, how to solve this paradox? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the topmost personality in the Gaudiya Vaishnava, like the Parampara. And Gaudiya Vaishnavas, they don't like to worship Krishna in the mood of reverential mood. And Jagannath is like a king of Dwaraka. He is worshipped with lot of reverence, and he has Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. So, and like when Krishna was just standing straight, Radharani did not like. So now he is having Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. Like how is Radharani like that? So that is not the mood in which Radharani likes Krishna, right? So now is he worshipping Jagannath, and then and it is not that like once in a while he worshipped or something like that. Every day he used to go to Jagannath temple, 2 times, sometimes 3 times a day. Like he would go to Jagannath temple and he would take darshan. So in fact, some Acharya mentioned, so he went to Vrindavan very briefly and then he returned back. So they say that it is because of feeling separation from Jagannath. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was ardent devotee of Jagannath, and that was proved by he's staying there at Jagannath Puri for a quite a long period of time, good half of his life, which is exception of his South India. So he was staying there and he was worshipping Jagannath. So it is a very it's a very special event. So it is mentioned that Jagannath is Krishna, but then why is he having such a kind of a form? It is because there is one nice pastime is there, where all the residents of so they wanted to hear of Krishna's pastimes. So when he was there in Vrindavan, so then they requested Mother Rohini. Who's Rohini? Balram's mother. No. So all of them requested Mother Rohini that you describe the pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan. So then, but there is a caution. There is a fear also is there. No, what is the fear in hearing about Krishna's pastimes? Why they had any fear? The residents of Dwarka? Huh? Oh, we will not be able to stop hearing the stories. So that's a good problem. So that's not the problem that they had. So in fact, they wanted to keep on hearing Krishna's stories. So yeah, if Krishna heard, even by mistake, if Krishna hears some descriptions of Vrindavan, so he will actually run away to Vrindavan. So that is the problem that they had. So and why? How Krishna was like if Krishna hears he will run away to Vrindavan. How did they get this clue? Because whenever he's sleeping in the night, no, he would in what is that? In the sleeping state, there is no sleeping state for Krishna. So it is only we go through sleeping state and wakeful state. So, but Krishna, like he doesn't, he's always fully aware and fully awake. So, but then he also submits himself to the pastime potency of himself, the pastime potency of the Lord. So he, when he sleeps, he shouts the names of different residents of Vrindavan. He shouts the names of the cows. So he keeps remembering the residents of Vrindavan. So but nobody has any guts to discuss this thing. Why are you speaking about or why are you calling the names of residents of Vrindavan? So because if they remind him in his conscious state, so he may might as well his remembrance becomes intensified, and then he will go away to Vrindavan, right? So it is that is a fear. So they kept Subhadra, in the gate, and then just to keep a watch because why Subhadra, was chosen to keep on the gate because she had been the witness of all these pastimes before also. So on that way, she was kept as this one as a gatekeeper, and then everybody were immersed in hearing about the Krishna Leela. So that time, Subhadra, she instead of guarding the gate, she also started listening to the pastimes. And so she was overwhelmed with ecstatic emotions, and she transformed into a form, which is like her head, and the body became huge, and then the hands and legs actually got into the body, right? So this is considered to be a state of greatest happiness. A person experiences greatest happiness, so bodily transformations, will become like that. So now she is in that state. When Krishna and Balram comes, they see that their sister is in a completely different state. So then they want to know what's happened. They also get to hear the pastimes of Vrindavan, and they also transform their form in this way. So now it is Krishna who is very eager to meet the residents of Vrindavan. So that is the mood in which Krishna actually takes this particular form. And in the personality of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we see that it is Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radharani, right? So, and Srimati Radharani is in separation from Krishna, and she is trying to see how can I actually get an audience of Krishna. And Jagannath is Krishna in separation of Radharani. So it's like a magnet with opposite poles. Now when they are kept, they actually start attracting each other, right? So that is the speciality of the pastimes of Jagannath Puri. And in fact, the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, the followers of the worshippers of Lord Krishna in the mood of Vrindavan, the followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So all of us, we have three very important dhams, three very important holy places. Now what are the three important holy places for us? Vrindavan, Mayapur and Jagannath Puri. So Vrindavan is Vrindavan because that's our worshipable place, where Krishna is there and performing his pastimes. So why then Mayapur? Because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared there, and then the Vrindavan, access to Vrindavan actually is through Sri Mayapur Dham. Without pleasing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, and the Panchatattva, so it is not possible to get entrance into the Vrindavan. So it's like you all have seen the recruitment, different kinds of recruitment that happens, in organization. So like one is like you can appear directly, when there is a recruitment drive is happening, and sometimes there is a referral program that is there and things like that. So in Vrindavan, the recruitment happens only through referral program. So there is no direct appearance of any interview, right? So only through referral. Only a resident of Vrindavan, when he allows an entrance into the Vrindavan, so then we will be able to enter into. So now we have Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself in the mood of Srimati Radharani, the topmost resident of Vrindavan. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu awards the entrance into Vrindavan, so that is when we will be able to get the entrance into Vrindavan. So that is why it is very important. The Mayapur Dham is very important. So through that, through Mayapur Dham, we actually enter into Vrindavan. So otherwise, it is not possible to understand the glories of Vrindavan or appreciate the whole Vrindavan Dham. So it is not very easy. So then, what about Jagannath Puri? What about Jagannath Puri? So maximum time Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually spent there, and also it is called Vrindavan at its best. So there are 5 kinds of rasas that are there, in which a devotee can have relationship with Krishna. So what are they? Shanta rasa, Dasya, Satya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya. So Shanta rasa means appreciation for Krishna, and Dasya means appreciation for Krishna, and also actually Shanta rasa also means that constant remembrance of Krishna, and always immersed in thought of Krishna. So that is Shanta rasa. And Dasya rasa means in addition to this, whatever is constant remembrance and always appreciating Krishna's form and personality and things like that. So in addition to that, there is service. There is desire to serve Krishna that is there. And then next is Sakya. So in addition to the previous 2, constant remembrance and desire to serve. So they also want to serve Krishna in the mood of friendship. So with a little more intimacy, and Krishna also likes to spend some free time. It's not like every time everybody is going and praying to him, "Oh my Lord," and things like that. He gets bored. He wants to have some intimate relationships and friends and things like that. So this Sakya Rasa has the previous 2, that is constant remembrance and servitude to the Lord, and there is intimacy in the form of friendship. And then Vatsalya is the previous 3, plus there is a desire to protect Krishna. There is Krishna will get Krishna may get harmed in some way. Krishna, protection of Krishna is actually looked after. So that is Vatsalya. And then Madhurya is all these 3, all these 4, and then plus in addition. So they are ready to offer even more intimate services. So that's the what is that progression of the rasas. And in the Madhurya rasa also, the conjugal love or the attraction between the gopis and Krishna. So even in that also there is union and separation. So 2 things that are there. So it is mentioned that service and love, service and separation is considered to be the topmost emotion in the exchange of devotion between the Lord and the devotee. And in Jagannath Puri, so the practice or the thing that is there, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and between Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Jagannath, what is actually happening was this topmost rasa of Madhurya rasa in its heights, that is in separation. So Jagannath is feeling the separation of Srimati Radharani, Krishna feeling separation of Radharani, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like Radharani feeling the separation of Krishna. So it is a top mood of Vrindavan is actually displayed in Jagannath Puri. So that is why Jagannath Puri is considered to be the Vrindavan at its best. That's the most confidential place of Krishna's pastimes. So like Vrindavan is our most worshipable dham, and Mayapur is the gateway to Vrindavan, and Jagannath Puri is the Vrindavan at its best, right? So this is this one, and so now this Jagannath form for the first time. So this was installed by a king called Indridumna, right? So like the Snan Yatra is a festival of, it's basically what we call as the Brahmotsav in different temples in South India. So like the installation date, the date on which the installation of the Lord has happened. So on that day, like big ceremonious things are is taken place. So the very same way, like Jagannath is actually offered Abhishekam on this day of Snan Yatra, right? So that is commemorating the installation of Lord Jagannath. So now when this fast happens, like there are few pastimes are very special. So this Snan Yatra and Ratha Yatra is considered to be very, very special in terms in relation to the common public. Now, why they are considered to be special in relation to common public? Huh? Lord comes outside, and he gives public darshan. So, anyways, every public can go inside the Jagannath temple and have darshan anytime, right? So, what is so special about giving public darshan? Yeah, so in other times, there are only, you might have seen when you go to Jagannath temple, so there is only Hindus are allowed inside the temple, no? So like that it is mentioned. So, but then there are many devotees of Lord Jagannath, who are from different backgrounds, and all of them would like to have darshan of Lord Jagannath. And especially in the modern day, like because of the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, so many Westerners are also becoming devotees, and none of them are given entrance into the Jagannath temple, right? So, and they also don't feel bad so much. Why they don't feel bad so much? No, because like even the Jagannath's close associates, like Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, and Haridas Thakur, and all these personalities, they never went to the Jagannath temple. Why they did not went to the Jagannath temple? Yeah, so they were ministers, Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami. They were ministers in the Nawab's court. So like they felt that we are contaminated. So like we are not qualified to go into the temple of Jagannath. So rather they will even feel that even the pujaris, if they actually see us, they will get contaminated. So they may have to take bath. So they would not even go by the side of the temple. So that's the mood in which like these devotees are executing their devotion. And in fact, because they were so much having the mood of humility, they were feeling themselves unqualified to go into the temple of Jagannath. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would personally visit the kutirs or the bhajan stali of these great devotees. So the devotion that is practiced, like if you see, like generally what happens if we go to a temple, there is huge queues there. So somehow like takka marke, like so we try to go front, and we try to pull and things like that. So but then here we see the great devotees like the associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So they were feeling themselves unqualified and they were not even going to the temple. But then their devotion was so great, so they were so intensely practicing devotion that Krishna himself in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would daily visit them. So that is the greatness actually. So it is not by forcibly going in front of the Lord, we will be able to have darshan of the Lord. It is by humility, it is by feeling unqualified and then rendering devotional service. So in a humble attitude, so the Lord will feel like giving darshan to the devotee, right? So that is the mood actually that attracts the Lord. So if we want to really take darshan of the Lord, so next time when we go to any temple, so we should not push and pull. Even if somebody stands in front of us, obstructs our darshan, so we should feel that anyways I am not qualified to have darshan of the Lord. So, like, why should I be even offered, a glimpse of the darshan of the Lord? Like, I'm there in this material world performing so many sinful activities. Proof of, my sinful activities is this body. If I've not performed any sinful activities, so why should I be there in this material body? No, I would be liberated by them by now, right? So I'm such a person. So why should I be even having a darshan of the Lord? So it is only by the mercy of the Lord I'm getting a darshan. So why should I push and pull somebody? No, it is Lord's prerogative. No, He has given a better privilege for him to stand in a nice position and to take darshan. So why should I push and pull? No, I should not. So I should humbly wait, anticipating um, anticipating the darshan of the Lord, and I should not force myself, right? So whenever we force ourselves in Krishna consciousness, Krishna will not like. No, Krishna likes humility. Krishna likes those persons, who actually feel themselves very low and unqualified to have the audience of the Lord. They will be the first one to get the audience of the Lord, right? So those people who are very proud, they think that I am so qualified, I will be able to get the darshan of the Lord. So they will not get the darshan of the Lord. Right? So this is or even if they get darshan of the Lord, they will not be able to connect with the Lord, right? So that's the problem, that is there. So that's why, like, it's very important that we should have this more humility. So, like, Neelachale Shankha Chakra Dara Padmadar. So, like, even though Jagannath is there with Shankha Chakra Dara and Padma, so still, he is worshipable because he is externally the king of Dwaraka, but internally, a person, Krishna is hankering to get the association of the residents of Vrindavan. So in this way, like, for all practical purposes, Jagannath is Krishna in Vrindavan, right? So and Nadia Nahare Danda Kamandalukar. So in the same personality, same Krishna in the Nadia Nagara. So it is in Mayapur in the West Bengal. So there, the same personality, he appears as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he holds the paraphernalia of Danda and Kamandalu, right? So he holds this paraphernalia. So now, then next is in the past, Temagole, Urabete, Ravan Badila. So, like, in the past, he has appeared as Lord Rama, and then he killed Ravana, and then he also appeared as Krishna, and then Golokera Vaibhav Lila Prakash Korila. So he appeared as Krishna, and he displayed the pastimes of Golok Vrindavan. So then after that, Sri Radha Bhava Yete Gaura Avatar. So, like, Krishna assumes the mood of Srimati Radharani, and that is the Gauranga Mahaprabhu's avatar. And then Hare Krishna Nam Gaur Korila Prachar. Right? So, like, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so he actually preaches the message, or he preaches the glories of Hare Krishna mantra. So this Hare Krishna mantra is considered to be very special, because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like the topmost devotee of Krishna, that is Srimati Radharani, in the mood of Srimati Radharani, comes and reveals the secret to enter into the Goloka Vrindavan. And it is mentioned that Golokera Premadana Harinam Sankirtan. So it is the most treasured or most valuable treasure even in the Goloka Vrindavan. So that is the Hare Krishna mantra. So there is so many wonderful things that is there, like Vrindavana Ramyasthana, Divya Chintamani Dhamma, right? So, like, every sand particle over there is considered to be Chintamani. Like, everything that is there over there in Vrindavan is so amazing. So, but then of all these amazing things, the topmost of the things is the Hare Krishna mantra. And then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes and he freely distributes the Hare Krishna mantra to everyone, right? And by chanting this Hare Krishna mantra, we can actually advance in Krishna consciousness and we can get the opportunity to enter into Vrindavan. So that's the not like getting a ticket and entering into Vrindavan. So not that kind of entrance. So real entrance into Vrindavan, right? So there was once Akbar wanted to renovate a place in Vrindavan and he approached Sanatan Goswami. No. Huh? Swami Haridas. Okay, it's like one of the saints in Vrindavan. So he actually approached him and then he wanted to renovate the place over there. And so then Sadhu actually told that, do you know what Vrindavan is? No, I will give you a glimpse of what Vrindavan is. And then he got a sight of, like, by the mercy of the Sadhu, so he could able to see Vrindavan in its spiritual dimension, and he could able to see that every inch of the place is bedecked with valuable gems and like diamonds and things like that. So then like Akbar told that no, this is like beyond my imagination. I cannot do any renovation on top of this, right? So that is this one. So when we go to Vrindavan and we see that like monkeys, snatching the spectacles and mobiles and things like that, and some gutter that is there, and then mitti and things like that and all. So of course the this one, the sand of Vrindavan is like very glorious. So but we see like so much the externally, like when we see, we don't actually see the glorious position of the Dham. So when we chant the names of the Lord without committing offenses, the Hare Krishna mantra, only thing that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has requested us is that we should chant the names of the Lord without committing offenses. Then we will develop our Krishna consciousness, and we will get the qualification to enter into Vrindavan. Right. So this is the speciality of this Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna mantra, like Hare Krishna Nam Gaur, Korila Prachar, and then like Vasudeva Ghosh Bole, Kori Joda Hat. Vasudeva Ghosh is actually uh, requesting all of us, with folded palms. So what is he requesting? That worship Krishna, like Jai Gaur, say Krishna, say Jagannath. So this is the same personality who's Gauranga Mahaprabhu. He is the same personality as Krishna, and he is the same personality as Lord Jagannath also. And worship, all these personalities, in that mood, right? So it is a very essential thing. So we should not differentiate between these three personalities, but at the same time we respect their different moods. So Krishna has a particular mood, Jagannath has a particular mood, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has a particular mood. So you worship them, accordingly, right? So now, we will discuss a little bit about this Chiradari Mahotsav. So the Panihati festival. What is that? So here in the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there are some very important pastimes are there, so which is nicely documented in this book called Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So of course the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are unlimited, so they are mentioned in different scriptures, and many of the pastimes are quite confidential. They are not even revealed to us, right? So now this pastime of Panihati festival is something in relation to that we had discussed till now. So that is, devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So they would not go to Jagannath temple, so feeling themselves unqualified, right? And then because of their humility, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would personally go and give darshan. So now here is a story of another devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who wants to meet Krishna, or who wants to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Again and again he tries, but then he fails. And then he goes to Nityananda Prabhu and he begs his mercy, and then he is able to attain the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is journey of a living entity, towards Krishna, towards Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So like what are general mistakes that we perform? So Krishna actually enacts that through his intimate associates, so that we can learn and we don't make those mistakes, so that our journey back to Krishna becomes very smooth, right? So now, in this pastime, there is one devotee called Raghunath Das Goswami. So he is one of the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. In our altar, if we see, we have the Guru Parampara. Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, then Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, then Bhakti Vinod Thakur, then Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. Then after that, we have the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. So one amongst the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan is Raghunath Das Goswami. So like he is known for his renunciation and intense tapasya. So like Raghunath Das Goswami, he was the son of a very great Majumdar, or they were kind of landlords, great landlords, and they were tax collectors. So they were collecting tax. His father, he was Govardhan Majumdar. He was actually collecting tax, on behalf of the Nawab's government, and they would pay the tax to the government. So the procedure is that whatever tax they would collect, 1/4 they will keep as their remuneration, and 3/4 they will remit back to the government. And these they belong to the Kayastha family, and they were supposed to be like very intelligent and very expert in management. And like previously there was a Muslim Chaudhary, who was collecting the tax, And because Govardhan Majumdar was very intelligent, he made his way through, and he became the tax collector. And then this Muslim Chaudhary became very offended by this. His position was snatched, and he wanted to take revenge. And he also got to know that Govardhan Majumdar is actually keeping some extra profit. So if 20 lakh coins are collected, so then 15 lakhs should be remitted to the government, and 5 lakhs he should keep. So, but then he was remitting only 12 lakhs, to the government, and making extra profit of 3 lakhs. So, like this, the Muslim Chaudhary, he got to know, and he wanted to actually, take revenge. And he went to the governor, and then he, got an arrest warrant, and he actually came to arrest Govardhan Majumdar. So, but then, he was not there in the home at that time. So then the young Raghunath, he was arrested. He was arrested and taken to the custody. And then this Muslim Chaudhary would every day, chastise him, saying that, you should, reveal, this where is your father and uncle, Hiranya Majumdar and Govardhan, where are they? And they have committed a great crime, and we should punish them. We should actually reveal their whereabouts. But then he would not talk much. So every day he would threaten him, and he would try to beat. So, but then, when he is trying to beat, he will see the face of Raghunath, and he is such a nice boy. He is such a nice devotee of the Lord. So by seeing his face, all his anger to beat him would subside. So devotees actually neutralize the emotions actually. So it is very nice that Raghunath actually had that kind of a disposition, and also in social status, they were very powerful. Kayastha families, they were very powerful. So this Muslim Chaudhary did not want to actually offend or beat him. So, but he would threaten. So, but Raghunath, he was very intelligent boy. So one day, he told the Muslim Chaudhary that, you see, my father and uncle, they are like, they and you are like brothers. Sometimes brothers fight and sometimes they join together. So in kabhi kabhi hota hai, aisa hota hai, waisa hota hai, it is, all these things can happen. So just like my father, is my father. So the same way you are also my father, being a brother of my father. So kuch rishta nahi tha, bana diye. So and then you are also like my father. So I am protected by you. How can a protector harm, the ward? That is not proper. So then the Muslim, in fact, he also tells, you are knower of all the scriptures, and you are living saint. He was like, his no angle, he was a saint actually. But then he was flattering him. So he was like, you are living saint. And then with this dialogue, his heart melted. And in Chaitanya Charitamrita it is mentioned, tears rolled down, not on his cheeks, on his beard. So he was having a big beard. So tears rolled on his beard. And then he told, you are a very intelligent boy. So you understand my position, you understand my value. So going mera value samajh nahi raha tha. So you understand my value, and you should, now I'll get you a release, and you should somehow or other convince your father, to give me also share of the extra profit that he is making. So you should understand that I'm also bhagidar. So I have to also get some share. So then Raghunath Das, he goes back, he arranges a meeting, and then he sorts out the issue, and then usko bhi thoda commission de de, kush rahenge. So like that. So he was doing all this practical managerial activities, but then internally, he was so much attached to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and even in the past also, he had many times tried to escape from the house and want to go and join Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's party in Jagannath Puri. And in the past also, his father had many times tried to, um, uh, put a stop for his running, to go and meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, but then once Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had told that, no, don't run like this, and don't be like a Markata Vairagi or Dongi Baba. So, externally showing renunciation, but internally still you have desire for sense gratification. So, don't do like that. Lead your family life properly, and then don't run away like this. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had advised him. So then he was involved in this business and things like that, and expert management and things like that. But then over a period of time, he again developed desire. He again developed desire to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and again he started running away from home. So this is one big problem. So many times people, when they see, people going to ISKCON, "Arey, like na tumko Baba bana denge," no, you lose all interest in the material life, and things like that. So it is not so easy. No, it is not so easy. It is mentioned that one in, hundreds or thousands may get that kind of a desire to dedicate his life, for the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu completely, and become, mad after the Supreme Lord. If it is like, everybody who's walking into ISKCON becomes like that, then it is a big thing. It doesn't happen like that. It is a great treasure. It's a great blessings of the Lord. The Lord bestows upon, only very chosen souls. No, it is not that. Sometimes people come and, tell us also like, no, my husband is coming to ISKCON. No, please don't make him a Baba. And we say like with confidence that no, he will never become Baba. Don't worry. Right? So, but then Raghunath Das Goswami, no, he was a Goswami. He was a chosen associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, like his condition is different. No, he was so much attached, deeply attached to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he was not able to like stay back at home. So he was constantly running, every now and then. And then his father would, try to put him back, in this one. He would keep some special guards, to protect him and things like that. So, but then, like there is no use. No, once the mother asked, mother told the father that, so we should somehow or other we should chain him and we should actually, house arrest him and things like that. So then, like what is the biggest chain that is there, like which is binding us to this material world? Huh? Parents, marriage, and then wealth, and opulence, and all these things. And the father told all these things. No, this guy has all these things. No, what greater chain you can actually bring and tie him? No, so all the opulences that anybody would like to have. No, it is all there with him, but still he doesn't have any attraction. No, he is having attraction to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So it is not possible, to keep this guy back at home. No, one day or other, like he will successfully escape. No, so that's what the father is actually telling to the mother. So then, like all the attempts are getting failed. So then one day, he actually goes to Nityananda Prabhu. He understands Nityananda Prabhu is there in a nearby village called Panihati. So Panihati is a village name. So and like Raghunath Das, he decides to go and meet Nityananda Prabhu. And when he goes there, so he offers obeisances from a distance. And then all the associates of Nityananda Prabhu, they spot, that Raghunath Das has come. And they tell to Nityananda Prabhu, here is Raghunath, he has come here. So, and where is he? I'm not able to see him. No, he is offering obeisances at a distance. So then Nityananda Prabhu says, this guy is a thief. No, catch him and bring him here first. So why he is a thief? Why he is called a thief? That is also one thing. Like no thief, no chup chup ke karta hai kaam. No, ye bhi chup ke kar raha hai. So like, and then the greatest treasure of Nityananda Prabhu is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he wants to access this treasure without the permission of Nityananda Prabhu. No, that is the thievery. That is the stealing that he was trying to do. Of course, he was not successful. So this is one very important thing that we should understand in the process of bhakti. So when we are trying to execute the devotional service, the limbs of devotional service, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Mandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam. So one important thing that we need to understand is Atha Shri Krishna Namadi Na Bhavet Grahyam Indriya. I cannot access these things with my material senses, or by my endeavor or force, I cannot access these things. I may be rich, I can just throw the money and get any facility in this world, but I cannot get Krishna like that. I may be very powerful, I can get everybody under my subjugation, but I cannot get Krishna under my subjugation. So Krishna can only be accessed by humility and prayer, right? So and by service attitude. Na bhavet grahyam indriya, sevamuke hi jivado. By when I try to approach Krishna in the mood of service and using my senses in the service of the Lord, so when Krishna becomes pleased, swayameva spuratyada. No, he actually manifests on his own accord. So we cannot force Krishna to appear at any point in time. So we need blessings, we need the mercy of the Lord. We need to actually pray to the Lord that if you are pleased with my service, please you actually award me some kind of an taste in the holy name, some kind of an experience of yours. Right? So in this way, actually we have to pray to the Lord, and if the Lord is pleased with us, pleased with our prayer, pleased with our service, Lord will award his audience. So now, like what is that? Raghunath Das Goswami, like he was trying to run towards Jagannath Puri and forcibly trying to access Lord Chaitanya, and that's not possible. So then, when he went to Nityananda Prabhu, so when Nityananda Prabhu, like it is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita, that he was very merciful and he was also very funny. So these two qualities like Nityananda Prabhu had. He was very jovial in his nature, and he was very merciful also. And his devotees also, like Nityananda Prabhu's devotees are also like that. So there is, I think, one devotee by name Meenaketan Ramdas. So, like somebody offered him obeisances, no? So what did he do? He actually climbed on top of the devotee and he sat on top of him. So this devotee was like confused, like किधर गया? मैं साधु को प्रणाम किया, साधु गायब हो गया. And then he is sitting on his back. So like this, Nityananda Prabhu and his associates are quite, sometimes they're quite weird. It's quite difficult to understand. What will they do? So, so and another associate of like Nityananda Prabhu is Abhiram Thakur, no? Abhiram Vipala. So Abhiram Thakur, this one is like whoever he sees, he will beat him with a whip, and then he will get Krishna Prem. That person whom he beats, he will get Krishna Prem. So it's quite difficult to understand, So like devotees like Bhakti Vishal leaders, they may be thinking, if we get that, all our preaching will get done in one day. All 6 levels are covered in one day. Initiation, bhajana kriya, like what is that? Nishtha, Ashakti, Ruchi, Bhava, and Prema. So till the last stage, in one whip, he will give. So, so the associates of Nityananda Prabhu is quite difficult to understand, how they behave. So because the whole party is like, quite jovial and quite weird in their behavior, So and like once actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, they were having discussion that we actually invented, in this world, to give mercy to all the living entities, even those people who are not qualified. But then we are, doing our bhajan in Jagannath Puri. Like, how will all these people be delivered? So then, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, to Nityananda Prabhu, you go to Bengal and you preach. And when they were going to Bengal, it was a tragic scene. Like Nityananda Prabhu and all his associates were actually traveling to Bengal. And that time, so whenever they used to travel, they would have Harinam Sankirtan. So they were doing Harinam Sankirtan and they were going. And after some time, thoda hosh aaya, like they asked, which is the route to Bengal? And people told, like, bahut dur chale gaye, like, us taraf left lane tha. So like, so they were like, again they started Sankirtan and they started going in that direction. And after a long time, again they came to some external consciousness and they asked people, which is the side of Bengal? And they told, like, us taraf bahut dur chala gaya. So that is a like long way you missed. So in this way, like they were going, up and down zigzag, So somebody goes to some place, they will go like this, and they were going zigzag like this, So and it is mentioned in the scriptures that like somehow by Krishna's mercy they reached Bengal. So but in the way, whoever has seen that Sankirtan party, so everybody actually became devotees. That's the mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. So Nityananda Prabhu actually he goes to his choice of preaching is that generally when we go out for preaching or we go out to give this one Janmashtami invitation or Gita course invitation and things like that, so we'll see, okay, this person looks like little decent, maybe we can give, he may be interested. And Nityananda Prabhu's choice of preaching is he will go to wine shop and there like somebody will be fully drunk and he will tell, see, if you chant Hare Krishna mantra, this will give you much more intoxication than this drink. Why don't you chant? And the person will say, oh, it looks like a good deal. And kitna paisa lagta hai, ye to free hai. So that is how Nityananda Prabhu's preaching is. So he'll go to the most downtrodden and he'll go to the most useless people who will never touch, nobody will go to them. He will go to such people and he will actually go and preach. So that's this one of Nityananda Prabhu's mercy, and here Raghunath Das actually goes and meets Nityananda Prabhu, and like immediately Nityananda Prabhu catches him and he puts his lotus feet on the head of Raghunath Das, and he tells, "This is your punishment. This is like transcendental punishment, right?" So from the hand of the Lord, whether we get punishment or whether we get blessings. No, both are blessings only actually. No, so Bhaktivinoda Thakur, like an amazing acharya in our life, he actually mentions that whether happiness comes or distress comes, no, it actually comes. Nothing happens in the life of a devotee, no, without the sanction of the Lord. If it happens with the sanction of the Lord, even if some distress comes, no, a devotee is thinking that this is Mahaprasad, from the Lord, and he is actually always, relishing the mercy of the Lord. So that is why we see sometimes, devotees get some serious disease, sometimes terminal disease and things like that, and they, actually take it as a mercy of the Lord, and they say that, oh, this is great mercy of the Lord upon me, right? So this is not foolishness. No, this is actually, anything that comes from the hand of the Lord. So what is called as the mercy of the Lord? That which gives the remembrance of the Lord is called the mercy of the Lord, right? So if we get so much of opulence and we forget Krishna, then that is actually not the mercy of the Lord. But if we get some, very serious disease and then constantly we remembering Krishna, so then that is called mercy of the Lord. So which, by which way like we actually remember, so that is called the mercy of the Lord. So better to remember when we are having all the nice facilities, Otherwise, Krishna will have to do some other way to, like, give the remembrance. Just like the parents, if the child naturally studies, they're okay. If the child doesn't study, what the parents will do? What they will do? They sometimes beat the child to properly study, and sometimes they put in the tuition, and then secretly they call the tuition master and say like, "No, अच्छे से पिटाई दो उसको," and things like that. So Lord is also like that. Here is my devotee. His main business is Maya Shakta Mano Patra, right? No Manmana Bhavamat Bhakto. His main business is to remember me, but then forgetting me, he's doing so many other things. Chino sab kuch usse, like so, and then like this marpit karenge, like then he comes on the way. It's just like a parent, how the parent deals with the child, exactly the same way the Lord deals with us. So it is better. The parents sometimes tell better teach a properly you study, otherwise like you will have to face the repercussions. In the same way, the Lord is also like that. For the normal people, he will not do like that. For the materialistic people, he will not do that. A devotee who is sincere to attain the lotus feet of the Lord, but forgetting his business, he is doing something else. Then the Lord mercifully actually brings him closer to him, right? So in that way, like whatever comes from the hand of the Lord, it is actually blessings of the Lord. The blessings of the Lord can be understood by intense remembrance of the Lord, right? So that is the way, like we can actually feel the blessings of the Lord. So now, Raghunath Das was given this punishment of the, Nityananda Prabhu kept his lotus feet on the head of Raghunath Das, and everybody was so happy and jubilant, seeing the great mercy of Nityananda Prabhu upon Raghunath Das. So then he told, no, there is another punishment that is there. You should actually feed all the Vaishnavas with like yogurt and chipped rice, like avlaki and this one, curd and rice and things like curd and milk and things like that. So this is a very nice festival that happens. So then, like he was son of a big zamindar, and he was like very rich man. And when he got the order from Nityananda Prabhu, you should feed all the Vaishnavas, he became so happy. It's like generally the Vaishnavas have nice desire to invite other Vaishnavas to home and feed them and things like that. So it's a nice culture. All of you also should do this thing. All of you should invite other other congregation members here to your home, and you should also go to the homes of other congregation members, and you should accept prasadam. You should exchange gifts and things like that. So this is a way of becoming like advanced in Krishna consciousness. By these exchanges, we actually become like advanced in Krishna consciousness. So we should exchange these kind of relationships. So now Raghunath Das was very, very happy. Then he put up a big festival, and he brought like many servants. He had many servants like who bought all this wholesale stock of things, many pots, and then yogurt and milk and chipped rice and many different kinds of fruits, mango, banana, and stuff like that and all. And all of them they actually made into two different preparations. One is like chipped rice soaked in the milk, and another is chipped rice soaked in the yogurt. And then all the devotees, starting from Nityananda Prabhu and all the associates there, like all of them were given these two pots, and all the devotees assembled there. So all of them were also given these two pots. And Nityananda Prabhu, when he's like very happy and when he wants to bestow mercy upon somebody, like he actually invoked the presence of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So by his meditation and by his call, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared there, but then nobody could able to see. No, only Nityananda Prabhu and few selected people could able to see, and they were making a nice, what is it, nice Allah over there. So Nityananda Prabhu was going to every single devotee, and they were eating. No, from their juta he was taking some morsel of food, no morsel of chipped rice, and he was putting into the mouth of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was also taking and putting into Nityananda Prabhu's mouth. And nobody is able to understand what's happening. Like, no, everybody are able to see only one personality going. So nobody able to see, what's happening there. So here we can actually understand that the devotees are trying to render service to Krishna, and Krishna is so eager to render service to the devotee, right? So we are very eager to honor the prasad of Lord, and the Lord is very eager to honor the prasad of very great devotees. Not that like वो भगवान का अच्छा लगता है तो हमारा जूता लेके altar में रखते हैं. We should not do like that. So when नरक में जाएंगे हम. So like Lord wants to have, devotee is not willing to give. No, the Lord wants to have. So that's the mood of the Lord, right? So we see that like in the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, there is this nice description of four Kumaras going to the heaven, this Vaikuntha Loka, and then there they get the audience of the Lord, and the Lord says, one nice dialogue is there. The Lord says, why do you think people are so much attached to me, and why do you think Lakshmi Devi is so much attached to me, and she doesn't want to go anywhere? Her name is, one of the names of Lakshmi Devi is called Chanchala. Chanchala means what? Always moving. She will not stay in any person's place, for a long time. No, kabhi idhar, kabhi udhar, kabhi idhar. Like nobody will be rich man for long. No, so that's the problem. Like Lakshmi Devi doesn't stay anywhere for long. So but then like the Lord has in this relation, the Lord has a name. In the relation to the name of Chanchala, there is Lord as a name. Chanchalapati, husband of Chanchala. She is Chanchala elsewhere, but then in service of Lord, she is Nischala, Achala or Nischala. So she is like very, very solidly situated in the service of the Lord. She never parts away from the lotus feet of Narayan. So like the Lord is asking, why do you think that Lakshmi Devi doesn't leave my feet? And why do you think that people actually worship me throughout the world as the Supreme Lord? So he says that because I am the servant of my devotees, because I constantly render service to my devotees, so my lotus feet has become so glorious, that even Lakshmi Devi doesn't want to leave this lotus feet. So this is the statement that Lord actually makes. So the devotees want to render service to the Lord, and the Lord wants to render service to the devotee, right? So like why does he do this thing? Because the real happiness lies in the service. Like Lord doesn't enjoy that happiness being the boss. He is the boss of the entire creation, but he doesn't get any enjoyment in that. Everybody is coming and telling your honor and things like that, and everybody is wanting to serve the Lord. So Lord doesn't get any satisfaction or any happiness there. The real happiness the Lord gets is by the way of service, right? So in this material world, everybody wants to become the boss, and in the spiritual world, the supreme boss wants to become the servant. So that's the irony of the existence, right? So people think that if I become very rich, if I become the boss, if I become the controller, I'll become happy. But the Lord is teaching. When the real happiness comes by service, not by becoming the boss, right? So real happiness comes by service. So this is how Lord actually demonstrates. And then this wonderful festival happens, and then many other brahmanas, they hear that this event is happening, so they all come there, and they were also given, all of them were given the two kinds of pots, And then there is another very special devotee. He comes to the scene. His name is Raghav Pandit. So this Raghav Pandit, speciality of this person is that whenever he would offer bhoga to the Lord, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu would personally come to their home and accept the bhoga. So like that is the speciality of this person. And this day, he has come to Panihati and to call for Nityananda Prabhu. Why did he come? The complaint is, I have offered my bhoga in the home, but the bhoga is lying unattended. Because we are attending a festival here. So please come and have the bhoga there. He is trying to call. And then Nityananda Prabhu was telling, see, I'm a cowherd boy. In his in the Vrindavan Leela is Balram himself. So I'm a cowherd boy, and now I've got a very good opportunity in the bank of Ganges, in the sandy beach. Now I'm getting opportunity to sit with all other cowherd boys, and I'm having a nice feast here. So this is something which is very close to my heart. So in the evening, I'll come and have your prasad. Come and have your bhoga. So right now, like you also sit here, uska haath mein bhi do pagda diya. So like he was also starting to eat. And then other salesmen, they got to know that some big festival is happening, and these people are in need of yogurt, milk, and chipped rice, and all of them, and some fruits and things like that. All of the businessmen, they came and put stalls nearby the festival area, and Raghunath Das went and purchased all of them, and then he made the chipped rice and gave it back to them only, offered and gave it back to them only. So like in this festival was happening in a very nice, expansive way. And if we see that other yoga systems like the Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, and Karma Yoga, so all of them has the same goal. What is the goal of these yoga systems? In the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna actually explains that the material nature actually attacks the living entity through three strategic positions. So that is mind, senses, and intelligence. And if we want to advance in our internal journey, so we have to control these three things: mind, senses, and intelligence, right? So in all the yoga systems, like it is just like you have different diseases, and for that the solution is allopathy, homeopathy, and naturopathy, and Siddha, Ayurveda, and different kinds of treatments. In the same way, we are having this material disease, and to cure this material disease, we have Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. Right? So all of these yoga systems are working on these 3 points. Now, how to control the senses, mind, and intelligence. Right? So this is the prime objective of all the yoga systems. And in all yoga systems, you will find restriction. Don't eat too much. No? And parityaha ahara. So pratyahara is one of the stages in the Ashtanga yoga system. So like removing the senses and sense objects far apart. That's one of the systems of yoga. So but then like when these people who perform these different yoga systems, when they see bhakti yogis, what kind of yoga you people are doing? So we are doing bhakti yoga, and today one amazing celebration of bhakti yoga is there. What is that celebration? Panihati celebration. Usme kya karte hain? Like we do chipped rice, and what is that, like chida rahi, and we make nice decorations and nice tasty preparation. We make, offer it to the Lord, and we have. अरे ये क्या योगा होता है? ये तो भोगा है. This is not yoga. Yoga means sense control. You people are eating so much. Every time you are having feast. Puri sabji, paneer sabji, and stuff like that. कैसा yoga करते हैं आप लोग? So they get completely bewildered. What kind of yoga you people are doing? So what is the primary thing? Is that the senses, mind, and intelligence are attracted by material sense gratification. So, but ideally they should be attracted to Krishna. So now, materially speaking, other yoga systems, they work on the material plane, and what they say is right. Material senses have to be removed from the material sense objects. But then in Krishna consciousness, the bhoga is offered to the Lord, and it becomes prasad, something in connection with Krishna. So if we come in contact with something in connection with Krishna, we become like addicted to Krishna. So we have prasadam, we become addicted to Krishna, right? So like Prabhupada used to say, like when these Western boys and girls, when they used to come initially, Prabhupada used to personally make samosas, and he would say that later on he would recollect, this boy Brahmananda, he would eat 40 samosas, like so like so, but then they all become nice devotees. So they become very nice like devotees of the Lord. So this is the thing, like things that are in connection with Krishna. Nirbandhe Krishna sambandha yuktam vairagya vichyate. So this is not a random thing, or this is not bhoga that we are doing. Of course, we should not eat more. So we should eat moderate. Like later on, Raghunath Das Goswami actually asks Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please give me some personal instruction. How should I behave? So then, as a renunciant, he was a sannyasi. How should a sannyasi behave? So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, balana bhive, balana kaive. Don't dress very nicely, don't eat very nicely. So then you'll remain as a sannyasi, like that. So in that way, so the initial entry point is achhe se khilao, and then when you become an advanced devotee, naturally you lose taste for eating more. And then if you become advanced in age also, you'll lose taste in eating more. Jala kuch kar nahi sakte. No, even if we have taste, doctor will say don't eat this, don't eat that. No, intelligence is better. No, before only we don't we stop eating. So today morning, we had a senior devotee in our center, Krishnanand. He was telling that if you want to live long, try to eat less. Then you'll be able to live long. Like that he was mentioning. So, anyways, today is a feast day. Today you can eat nicely. Tomorrow onwards you can start. So, whenever feast happens, we just tell this to ourselves. Today I'll eat nicely. Danati Pratigandati Gukya Makyati Prichati. Bhumte Bhojanate Jaiva. Like, no, we should not, like, to develop loving affection with devotees, we should accept the prasad from them, right? So we should not say no to prasad, right? So we should eat nicely. So, but then internally we should develop this mode of renunciation also, right? So, like this, it's a very wonderful festival. Festival of this festival has come out of a punishment. Nityananda Prabhu has asked this festival to be conducted as a punishment for Raghunath Das Goswami not going through Nityananda Prabhu and directly approaching Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that is why it is called as Nanda Mahotsav, and also it is Chiradahi Mahotsav because the prime ingredient of prasad is Chiradahi that is made. So in this way, like these different aspects of this pastime, so that we could be able to see. So now we will stop. Any small questions or comments? Anybody would like to share, ask any question, or 2-3 devotees will give chance, or share something that you like and would like to practice in your life.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for the amazing class. We started the class by talking about the universal appeal of Jagannath. That's why it's also Jagannath. Can you help us understand what makes his appeal universal?
What makes him universal?
Yeah, what makes his appeal universal?
Yeah. So like Jagannath is universal. Everybody likes him. For the serious personalities, like he has a different kind of reciprocation, and even for people like who are very simple and who are not very complicated, even for them, he actually reciprocates. So like, and you will find Jagannath's devotees sometimes they are drunkards, and they are there was one case like a drunkard who was a devotee of Jagannath. It's quite difficult to imagine. So then like he was trying to get close to Jagannath Rath. He was not allowed. So then he went to the beach, and then he put a stick on the beach, and he told like, no, I'm tying you to the stick and you cannot move. And the Ratha stopped there, in the sun. So like that, so Jagannath's devotees are quite a different kind of this one. He is open to everybody. He is like not seeing like any qualifications, whether somebody has a qualification or not qualification. So he is trying to accommodate everybody, right? So like some aspects of the Lord, like Krishna and especially Krishna and Radharani together, so they are quite Khattarnak combination. So even in ISKCON also, like if you want to install Radha Krishna deities, so we should have like 6-7 times bhoga offerings, and then 6 aratis should be there, and then like 2 times dress change for them in a day, and there is so much rules and regulations and things like that. And then generally, when we approach deity worship ministry, they tell that why do you want to install Radha Krishna? Better you install Gaur Nitai or Jagannath Baldev Subhadra. So Gaur Nitai is the least standard. Like if you just simply do kirtan in front of them, they are satisfied. So there is like one pastime of devotees were going to door trying to distribute books, and then they were trying to distribute book to one home, and they found some two drunkards, and then they actually showed the pictures of Gaur Nitai, and they told, hey, these people we know, every day they come and dance with us. And they like, every day they come and dance with us. As it is out there. And then they found out that that was a temple of Gaur Nitai before. Devotees were having that house as a temple, and they vacated that place and they went to a different place. And then still Gaur Nitai are performing pastimes there. And these drunkards, like they occupied the house later on, and they were getting audience of Gaur Nitai. It's like unimaginable. Like, no, they are ready to offer. No, Gaurnitai are still preaching. No, they are still preaching. Whether we go out or not, they are going out. No, all on. Like, they are preaching the message of Krishna consciousness. And Jagannath is the next level of this one standard. Why next level of standard? Because you cannot just simply satisfy Jagannath by Kirtan. No, Jagannath needs something else. What does he need? Mahaprasad, no, like Boga, like no continuous offering of Boga. No, if Jagannath is there, if we keep on cooking and offering lots of Boga to Jagannath, he'll be so happy. No, so like no, it is that is the mood of Lord Jagannath. So because of the request of Mother Parvati, so he has assumed that this one position as like he constantly honors Prasad and distributes. Like that. So Jagannath and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Panchatattva. So these are the most merciful personalities. We should more and more we should approach them. So like whatever kind of personalities they are. Like in fact, Srila Prabhupada sometimes he actually coined this one of what is it, dancing dolls. Like we can freely distribute Dornitai, this one small toys of Dornitai to as many people as possible and things like that. So in this way, like they are very merciful because like why they are specifically more merciful, because they are so much in bliss. They are in the topmost bliss. Like they are completely. Sometimes the example of drunken uncle is mentioned. So in the West they have a term called drunken uncle. So if you want to get something done from your uncle, so go on like Sunday morning or something like that. When Saturday they are completely boozed and they are like in the hangover on the Sunday morning. So anything you go and ask, they will give. So like that. So they will not consider whether it should be given or not. In the same way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Jagannath. So both of them are in intense mood of attraction to like Radha and Krishna. So like they are in a different state. If you go and ask something from them, they'll really give. So that's the intelligent person will approach Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Jagannath. So once my spiritual master was telling that he was taking darshan, online darshan from different temples. So he was telling that in Delhi temple, he was seeing that everybody were crowding, in front of Radha Parthasarathi and in front of Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman, and not much people were there in front of Gaurnitai. And he was telling these people, like the real mercy you will get from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu. You should go there. That is where you will get this one. So that is this one. Like they are in the mood of freely distributing the love for Krishna. That's why they are all accommodative and they are in a different state of existence. So they are open to everyone. So we should stop there. Anyone else would like to offer some reflections or ask a question?
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for the beautiful class. It was nice to know about the special pastimes of Nityanand Prabhu, especially when you said that Nityanand Prabhu and his devotees are kind of friend and weird, and is also very merciful. So I just wanted to understand from the story, Prabhuji, you were mentioning about Subhadra Maya guarding the door, and she was specifically sent outside. So I just wanted to know how I mean, Subhadra Maya was not there in Vrindavan, right? Or she was in Vrindavan. How did she know about the other leaders?
She was very good. Subhadra Maya was there in Vrindavan? No, she was not there in Vrindavan. Okay. But some choice, like Inky Pinky Pumpy maybe. I don't know.
She was a daughter of Vasudeva and last child.
Okay. Okay, so we will pause here for today's class. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra ki jai.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for such a wonderful class, as always. So when Prabhuji speaks, he speaks through his heart, from his heart, and we can connect with the wonderful emotions of devotional service. We are very fortunate to have him here today on this special occasion. So let's thank him from the bottom of our heart by loudly chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Today it's a houseful show. So only if we have every Sunday festival, then people will come. Only for class. Can you all come inside? We have space. Come forward. I want to make some important announcements. Please come. Mata, please come forward. Prabhu, just come here. Come forward, please. Yes, please. So today we are celebrating 4 festivals, and Prabhuji described very wonderfully. He spoke about the Panihati Chidadahi festival. So that is already getting celebrated inside the altar. The Lordships are already honoring the nice preparation of, as Prabhuji described, Chida Dahi. That is chipped rice, yogurt, milk. Devotees have put a lot of fruits and this and that. That's getting offered there. Jagannath Baladev Subhadra are waiting for the Snan Yatra. So today in Jagannath Puri, there will be a grand celebration where the Lordships come out. And there's a special mandapa, Snana mandapa, where they come out, and there's continuous pouring of water that will be there. Snan Yatra. So here we cannot do that, so we'll be continuously pouring flowers on that. So that's the festival. So Panihati Chida Dahi. The second one is the Snan Yatra. And the third one is, today we are celebrating the 4th anniversary of this place. So I was just having some recollection of the memories, of when we started. So 2019, we started. Actually, 2018 we did the Janmashtami, and all glories to Hariksetra Prabhu. Sent me here, go there and start preaching. So at that time, by Prabhuji's instruction and his blessings, we started the first Janmashtami in SV Vrindavana apartment, and from there, 2019 we celebrated Janmashtami in the volleyball court behind. And then we got this place, the owner of this place, Mr. Prabhu. So he gave us this place and he said, please conduct some programs for kids. We said we'll do it for adults also. And that's how it started. And it was a table tennis hall. So maybe you can see the photos that we have posted in the group. So we had table tennis tables this side and that side, no photos around, all plain walls, no curtains. We had that Operation Theatre curtains. And the photo of the Lordships was directly on the plain wall. And 2019, on the day of Panihati festival, we had the fortune of having Prabhupada disciples here, His Grace Haripad Prabhu and his good wife. So they are the foreign bodies, but then they are permanently settled here in Udupi. So they came, amazing kirtan, yes. So they came here, they did the kirtan, and they inaugurated this place. We did the Abhishekam of Gauratai also on that day. And from that time, the entire journey began. So we did that Janmashtami after that. Then we had Gita course. How many of you from 2019 Gita course batch? 2019. Yes. Few people are not raising hands. Why? What happened? They forgot which year I came. And then after that, so many festivals. Which all festivals do we remember after that? From that time to till now? Swad Utsav, Prabhuji's invention that is. Swad Utsav festivals, in all our centers we have Swad Utsav festival where hundreds of bhogas are offered. Which other festival? The Damodar Deeptan. That's a big festival, 1 month that we celebrate. And Gaur Punya festival. We had a grand Gaur Punya festival also. Ram Navami festival. Yes, we have Ram Navami festival. Deep Utsav. That's the Panathur community's invention. Deep Utsav. Deep Utsav. Yes, the first celebration, Panihati celebration. Sunday feast, yes. Celebration, yes. People are so eager. Every Sunday they come. Yes. Actually, I have seen the crowd is really, people do come here, to here. That's very nice. And we celebrate Dashara festival also. Krishna Janmashtami is obviously our festival. It has to be celebrated in a grand way. Narsimha Chaturdashi we celebrated once. So in this way, a lot of festivals are celebrated, so many Gita courses. 2020 who all came from 2020 batch Gita course. So we had online and offline in 2021. How many of you came in 2021?
We also were Vaishnavi festival.
Vaishnavi festival also we did. Since I didn't come, I don't remember. Vaishnavi festival, yes. 2022 batch, the recent one. Okay, recent one we have. So it's very nice. This entire place is taken care by our leaders, led by His Grace Krishna Karuna Murthy Prabhu and His Grace Trinity Prabhu. Very wonderfully, they are leading this entire place. They are my pillars, to take care of the center. In fact, if you see, I hardly come here to do anything. And I come here just speak some words and go. But then they are also practically managing both the centers, that is the Swan Sarjapur Center, that is there. And they are supported by their wonderful Bhakti Vriksha leaders. I would like to name all of them. We have Dayalu Prabhuji and Paramakanti Mataji, Harish Prabhu and Preeti Mataji, Sabrish Prabhu and Rashmi Mataji, Sadhu Sevana Prabhu and Ati Sundari Mataji, Kunal Prabhu and Deepti Mataji, Monini Anuradha Mataji, Sripati Prabhu and Rama Mataji, Sahana Mataji. So all these wonderful leaders are helping in taking care of the Sarjapur Center. And coming to the Panathur Center, we have Balwan Prabhu and Indumukhi Mataji. So for the first time in the history of Western Whitefield, the second generation Gita course preacher, that's Balwan Prabhu. I should say third generation. First is Prabhu, after that Vinayak, and then Prabhu is there. And then Krishna Gokulesh Prabhu and Shirasha Mataji. Where's Krishna Gokulesh? Okay, he's there. And then we have Sanatan Suresh Prabhu and Divya Prem Mataji. And Dineshwar Prabhu and Supriya Kalavati Mataji. So Dineshwar Prabhu is always in charge. And Supriya Kalavati Mataji is our main kids program in charge. And somehow all the kids are attached to her. Very wonderful. And then Siddhanath Prabhu and Deepan Prabhu. So that's the only Prabhu's controversial. And Jyotishwar Prabhu, so even he is also conducting an online Bhakti Vriksha. So in this way, did I forget any name? Balkrishna Prabhu and Shanmugam. Yes. Srini Prabhu including. So you see, Deepak Raipodi Prabhu and Janvi Mataji. See, out of sight, out of mind, they flew and then we don't know. So all these different devotees maintaining their family, job, kids, and then along with that accepting the responsibility of so many wonderful souls who come to the center. Great job. Hats off to all of you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So it's because of all the leaders who have taken responsibility that these centers are running and going successfully. Various things are happening very nicely here. Yes, Minupriya Mataji and Karthik Prabhu are old members who are taking care of various other services. Yes. So in this way, we see that this entire center is growing with time by the effort of all these different devotees. So again, I would like to thank all of you all the leaders and all the devotees who are assembled today for this wonderful festival. Thank you very much. Let's pray for everyone who has come here, who is part of this Rajabhumi circle, the big family, by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Also, it's very nice that our 2019, Anita Mandi 2019 batch? 2019 batch. So she joined our Gita course in 2019 batch and then one of our very sincere devotees, taking up Shiksha levels, chanting 16 rounds, and strictly following. And her simplicity is so nice. She's a PhD, but simple. No one can make out she's a PhD. So I would like to announce this. She and her husband, Shekhar Prabhu, they are the ones who are constructing on their own land a place for Sarjapur Center. I'm still not able to comprehend the pious activities that they have done in their past. How come they have got such a big heart? Can you imagine on their own land with their own money, which will be a good number of crores, they're constructing some 3 floors building, and out of that they're giving us some 1 or 2 floors to conduct our programs. It's very, very good. Since today so many devotees have come, I request all of you that please pray for them and shower your choices blessings so that the entire family can grow very nicely in Krishna consciousness. Let's pray for them by chanting Hare Krishna Maha.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
So we'll discuss 3 festivals: Panihati, Snan, Purnima, and the 4th anniversary. And today also is a very wonderful festival, the auspicious birthday of His Grace Hariksetra. So I can speak for another 1 hour about Prabhuji. So really, really indebted to Prabhuji for his wonderful guidance. So when Prabhuji joined in 2009 as a brahmachari, the only renunciant in the entire Bangalore, only person, only monk in the entire Bangalore at that time. And by the blessings of his spiritual master and Srila Prabhupada and all the Vaishnavas, Prabhuji started his preaching activities, and today we see that by his vision and wonderful selfless devotional service that he renders every single day, and the purity of purpose that he has, we have got now 7 centers of our zone, that is Snan Whitefield, 7 centers. So Prabhuji is very, very humble. I will not find him in forefront. He'll always push me or Achit Prabhu. We both will be there with the mic always. Yes. But then Prabhuji is always there in the background, and he is that puppeteer who moves us and who gets various services done. Such a wonderful, mature leader. Today is Prabhuji's 39th day. You can just imagine when he joined, he was 23 or 24. And from that time, in such a mature way, Prabhuji is leading the congregation. And now we see that by his mature and expert leadership, he has kept so many leaders together. It's not easy. It's very easy to give a Gita course class or a Bhagavatam class, but then keeping leaders together is a very, very difficult task, which Prabhuji is doing. And since he is an exemplary brahmachari, so we Chutku brahmacharis take inspiration from him. And now in our brahmachari ashram, we have 10 brahmacharis. Now few more are lined up, looking at Prabhuji's exemplary brahmachari mood. We are extremely fortunate because normally to get such a sincere practitioner, deep in devotional mood, and expert in management is very, very rare. And I feel we are all extremely fortunate to have such a very exemplary leader amongst us who is leading all of us. I'll not embarrass Prabhuji more. So let's take this opportunity, and we cannot do anything for Prabhuji as such. If you see, only thing that we can do is just follow his instructions. He wants to assist His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, who is the GBC of this place, in making Bangalore the first Krishna conscious city. Prabhuji is one point, and that is the only vision that he has. He has nothing else in his mind. So our service to him, if we are really indebted to him, is to assist him in this vision of making Bangalore the first Krishna conscious city. Just 1 lakh. Just 1 lakh devotees. In 2019, when we started, we were 30 or 40, and today, according to our database, we are 300 here. Connected to our center. So I think in next few years, all of you become Bhakti leaders. I think it will be possible. Seek blessings of Prabhuji today on this auspicious day. I've heard that on the appearance day, the personalities are very merciful. So we seek His blessings and we seek forgiveness for all the offenses that we toddlers have committed and onto Him in this while executing services. We also take this opportunity to pray for Him so that He remains healthy and He is empowered more and more and more to expand more and more and more this Krishna conscious movement, especially in this area of Bangalore. Let's chant loudly Hare Krishna Mahamantra praying for him.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
So for the announcements, I would call Balram Babaji.
Hare Krishna. The announcements are not over. Please stay with us for some more time. Next Sunday feast, it will not be in the morning, it will be in the evening. So it's a monthly festival here. So evening, the class will be His Grace Hariksetra, sorry, Karthikeya Prabhu. Okay. Please don't miss such a wonderful Nitirian class. Sunday evening, 5:30. Yes? 5:30 means 5:30, not 6:30, 7 o'clock. So that's first announcement. And for the pleasure of all the devotees, ISKCON Whitefield is conducting a grand Ratha Yatra. 24th June, it's going to start from D-Mart, all D-Mart in the Kundanalli area, from D-Mart to Inner Circle, Whitefield Inner Circle. The route map, everything, details will be shared by your Bhakti leader. All the respective groups will come. Just for it. Anyone who pulls the Jagannath Ratha Yatra card, dance in front of the Lord Jagannath, gets so many credits. Yes? So don't miss such an opportunity. They go back, sorry. They go back to spiritual world. Okay? So please don't miss such an opportunity. Okay. Yes. Fortunately, today, luckily, another birthday also is there. Shweta Jadhav Mataji also sponsored for Prashadam today. Mataji's birthday is today. Yes. Yeah. So another important announcement. When a new couple get married, what they should do in a spiritual way? Garbhadan Samskar. It's one of the ideal or the actual way to beget a nice Krishna conscious children. In our congregation, already two wonderful couples, Balakrishna Prabhu, Shandra Priya Mataji, Raghavendra Prabhu, Ragini Mataji, they did a wonderful Garbhadan Samskar. Their kids won't sleep if they don't sing Narsimha Arati or Tulsi Arati or Guru Vandana. They don't sing. So we all need such a nice kids. The kids should not sleep without chanting Hare Krishna Mantra. Easily then our rounds will become 16. Okay. So one such Garbhadan Sanskara, our amazing devotee couple, Hemavanna Prabhu and Kavi Priya Mataji, they are planning. No, it's Vaishnav's blessings is the only hope because we did an alternate installation. We went there, we blessed them. Then we got even after they're trying kids for some 6-7 years, good number of years. Just when the devotees touch, devotees blessing, they immediately we got a nice Krishna conscious children. Both of them. So the Vaishnava's blessing is more important. Let's all chant one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra to bless them very nicely so that they get a wonderful Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Okay. Last announcement for myself. Okay. So this a story was shared by in one of the senior devotee in a class. When Lord Ram was constructing the Ram Setu, every living entity, even the aquatics, was trying to help Lord Ram by putting small dust particles, keeping the stones afloat and things like that. Every living entity, can I do some seva for Lord? Can I do something for the Lord? Like that, every living entity was anchoring. They were trying their best of their capacity to do that. Similar such opportunity is there for all of us. Yes, we are in all of you know, we bought a new land near Whitefield. Yes, Whitefield area. We are planning to construct temple. So the temple construction needs lots and lots of Lakshmi. Yes, and we are running 8 Gita courses are running parallelly. So each center needs lot of Lakshmi to pay the rent for their prasadam and so many things. So far years, now we have never doubled or tripled our expansion. We had only 3 extension centers previously. Now, the extension center has tripled. Because of that, lots and lots of Lakshmi is required. So, how every living entity was hankering to serve Lord Ram, we have the same opportunity to now to monthly donate some contributions. It is very much required. If we have some good amount of estimate of what we are getting in the month, it will be help us to plan nicely in the construction activity. So your monthly contribution doesn't matter how much ever, whatever you can do, Lord will accept. Based on your capacity, you can contribute. Your Bhakti Riksha leaders, all the groups, Google form will be circulated. So then devotee will contact you and then send the link for payment and things like that. So that it becomes a wonderful seva for the Lord. How every living entity was serving Lord Ram. Yes, please utilize the opportunity so that your money also get purified. Okay. Thank you so much. With this, my announcements are done. We'll go for festival. We'll start with the Pushpa Abhishek festival.
So Mataji's can come this side, Prabhuji can come this side. So please be seated because the festival will be behind Pushpa Abhishek, nice Kirtan, so enjoy the festival.
이랑 애떼고 내가 Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Here, fine.
Everyone please settle down.
Vaishnava ki jai, Namacharya Shri Hariksetra ki jai. Praise the Lord, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kundari Govardhan ki jai. Prabhu Vrindavan Ram ki jai. Maya Purna Dekhan ki jai. Jagannath Puri ki jai. Ganga Mai ki jai. Yamuna Mai ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai. Tulasi Maharani ki jai. Sabve Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. All glories to Sambuddha. All glories to Sambuddha. All glories to Sambuddha. All glories to Shri Shri Guru Bharata. All glories to Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. So thank you all very much for joining for the festival. So Saint Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra and Sudarshan will be on the Rath on 24th of June.